When you're in love, it's easy to be blinded by the signs of a one-sided romance. So if you think you may be at risk of being in a one-sided battle, here are a few things to keep an eye out for. 1. You initiate most communication. You send the text messages, you make the phone calls, and you put in the effort to see one another throughout the week. If you don't, several days could go by without exchanging a single word. If you're the one making most of the plans to spend quality time together and go out of your way to show the other person how much he or she means to you, chances are you're in a one-sided love affair. If you always have to be the first one to make contact, you should get out now. 2. He or she never returns the favor. A telltale sign of a one-sided love story is if your partner never hesitates to ask favors of you that requires you to sacrifice your time and energy, yet when it's time to reciprocate the favor, he or she never seems to have the time. Your partner might say that he or she has too many other obligations to address, and may get angry and tell you that you're expecting and wanting too much from him or her if you express any signs of disappointment. In your partner's mind, you doing favors for him or she is a given, not vice versa. 3. He or she always chooses his or her friends over you. When your boyfriend or girlfriend feels like going out, he or she doesn't invite you to come along. And when he or she feels like spending a night in, you don't get an invite to that, either. If you try to address the problem, your partner will accuse you of nagging, and of instigating the same fight over and over again. So instead, you may ask him or her to spend time with you and your friends, but he or she rejects the offer. Your partner simply prefers calling up his or her friends and spending time with them, leaving you at home alone wondering what you did wrong. 4. You feel a need to justify his or her behavior to your family and friends. Like why he or she didn't show up to family dinner, or why didn't do anything special for your birthday, or why he or her getting angry over trivial matters is okay. You constantly make excuses for why he or she treats you the way he or she does. You have to reassure your loved ones and yourself that this relationship is right for you. That despite the negative sides to this romance, the positives outweigh all of the tears and arguments. 5. He or she ignores relationship problems. You're constantly the one trying to talk about the relationship needs that aren't being met, and your significant other makes you feel bad for doing it. You mention you feel as though you're the only one putting in the effort to make this relationship work, and he or she rolls their eyes, sighs heavily, and get angry with you yet again. He or she doesn't want to address any problems, because he or she doesn't care enough. So you feel like you're left with two options: trying to fix the issues yourself, or ignoring the problems altogether.